Welcome to Genian NAC System Components Overview. In this video, we will discuss the three primary components that make up a Genian NAC system. We will discuss the role of each component, how each component fits into the network infrastructure, and how to install each component. We'll start with the policy server. The policy server's primary role in the system is management. It can be delivered via the cloud or as an on-prem option. The on-prem option is delivered as an ISO image. It can be installed in a virtual environment or on the Intel platform of your choosing. It correlates data from all network sensors in the system. It also provides configuration and distribution of policies, comes with a highly customizable dashboard with over 120 widgets, and also provides centralized logging and reporting. The next component is the network sensor. The network sensor provides network visibility and control. It is delivered as an ISO image. It can be installed as a virtual guest or on the Intel platform of your choosing. It supports small form factor hardware, including Intel NUC, Mini PC, and even Raspberry Pi. It deploys in monitor mode by default for non-intrusive visibility. It detects all IP-enabled nodes on the network. It then reports node detail information to the policy server. It provides wireless sensor capability if a wireless NIC is present on the platform. And it also enforces policies without complex network integration. The final component is the optional agent. The agent provides endpoint visibility and control. It is able to deliver endpoint visibility and security policies, collect hardware and software information, control hardware and software on an endpoint, provide information relative to user account, security, and Windows firewall control, control hardware options such as power, screen lock, and network interfaces. It can auto-provision 802.1x and WPA2 Enterprise network profiles. It also monitors and controls network traffic and connections. And finally, it can prohibit or require specific applications on the endpoint. Let's take a look at how the policy server and sensor components fit into the network environment. In the first example, we'll be looking at a policy server hosted in the Genians cloud. This policy server can be deployed very easily through the website. On-prem, there will be one or more sensors deployed throughout various locations in the network topology as required. For this deployment, there are no requirements for the network environment, whether it be radius or other. There is no edge switch, controller, or access point configuration required. High availability is not required because the system fails open. It is truly vendor agnostic with no network dependencies whatsoever. The system can be rapidly deployed, approximately 10 minutes per server or sensor, and because there's no dependencies on switches, etc., virtual environments are also supported. In the next example, we are looking at an on-prem policy server hosted in the customer data center. This policy server can be deployed as a virtual instance inside of ESXi, for example, or on a physical server, typically deployed at the headquarters or main data center. As with the cloud deployment option, sensors will be deployed at various locations in the network topology as applicable. All of the same lack of requirements and vendor agnostic features we discussed for the cloud deployment model are also applicable here. For our final example, we'll be looking at a policy server sensor combination hosted in the customer data center. This can be physical or virtual, and it can play the role of a policy server and a sensor. This deployment model is typically favorable in the headquarters where there's no need to have a separate sensor in most situations. Everything else about this deployment model is also the same as the previous two.